Hello YouTube, Triumph Guy here today, and I'm going to be doing a review on this 1.4 1999 Renault Clio. So let's get to it. So firstly, let's talk about the design. It's a lovely little curvy hatchback of its class, and a lot of hatchbacks of this era were quite boxy, so I think it's quite refreshing to see some nice curves. Although the car on the outside is quite small, it does offer a fair amount of space on the inside. The car does have a lot of black plastic trims which can get weathered with the sunlight, so you can use a product called Back to Black, and I have got a YouTube video on this separately. Looking at this panel here, as you can see, when I enter the car, it does give you a slight bit of a blind spot, which can be an issue. The wing mirrors are small, but they do offer a sufficient amount of visibility. The wings themselves are made out of plastic, which is quite good because it means that if you bump the car, it won't actually dent it, and also it means that they won't ever rust, unlike the Audi I've recently done a review on. The bonnet catch is on the left hand side, and it's a really nice easy bonnet to open. The engine is a 1.4, and it's really easy to work on as there's plenty of space around it, and also my videos will help you guide to do any maintenance. This engine was also in vans as well, so it just shows you the power it can produce. As you can see, lots of space left and right and in front of the engine to do work on. Full major service kit and the cam belt and the water pump come to less than £200. Moving to the interior, it's very minimalistic, and this is funny because actually a lot of the modern cars are going back to this, whereas the minimum controls and the controls which you need are just within arm's reach, and that is it. Quite a quirky colour scheme going on here, and I quite like it, and obviously the seats are there to match. The seats are comfortable but don't offer much support, and there is this button here which allows you to activate the radio from near the steering wheel. However, this is hidden and it's a bit of a nose. It's got all the emergency lights, a rev counter, coolant temperature gauge and a fuel gauge. It's really nicely laid out. Vents are quite cool. You've also got a vent on the side of that which will demist the windows. To change the direction of the wing mirrors, you've got these nice little knobs which are straight from the 90s. Down below, you've got your hazard lights, a 5-speed gearbox which stays nice and still whilst you're driving, an ashtray which you could use as storage in today's age, 12-volt feed so you can charge your phone, the central locking, and you've also got these heater controls which are nice and simple to use. They're mechanical as well, which is less likely to go wrong. Bit of storage underneath the glove box. The glove box has got 2 cup holders. I wouldn't suggest using them. Nice little tray there, and it's just a nice simple design. There's good visibility past the A-pillars, unlike some modern hatchbacks. Now moving on to the back. I'm 6 foot tall. Obviously the front seat is set to that, so there's not too much room for myself back here. However, children is absolutely fine. You've got a 3-point seat belt in the middle. Normally cars have a armrest which pops out here, however the Renault Clio doesn't. And it does have Isofix, believe it or not, which is pretty impressive for a 1999, and it's hidden, as you can see. I'm just going to try and get the camera in there now. All 4 corners have grab handles, and you've also got this nice little tab here to keep the seat belt secured in place. Really easy to put the seats down, and then it just gives you that little bit of extra boot space if required, i.e. for tip runs. 4 corners have these pathetic little storages which you can't put anything in, and they're all made out of plastic. The plastic does feel pretty solid, so that's always a plus. They've got keep fit windows in the back. Now hear what the car sounds like getting 60 miles an hour, and don't worry, it'll go past the other way as well. So we're now on to the driving part of the review, and it's pretty good if I'm honest. It's not too bad. It's pretty powerful for what it is. It's only a 1.4, but I really like this engine sound it makes. I mean, that's not me ragging the absolute nuts off it, and I hope you can hear it, but you know, that was just 4,000, and it's a really sort of nice revvy car. So another thing I like about this car is the wipers. I know it sounds like a bit of a minor point, but they just seem really smooth, and I don't know if that's just the mechanism of how they're designed, but they're definitely a really nice movement. Driving this car does feel like a bit of a go-kart. Like, you've got that growly sort of 4-cylinder 1.4 engine, but the handling as well is not too bad as well. You don't feel like you're rocking around too much around corners, and you can sort of see why these cars are coming back in fashion, these old 90s hatchbacks, because they were built pretty well to an extent, and you did sort of get quite a bit of car for your money. Yeah, you don't have all the mod cons of a modern car, but the handling on this thing does feel pretty good for, you know, what would be described as a budget hatchback back in the day. So thanks very much for watching. This car is for sale soon, so if you're interested, whack in the comments. Now, I bought this car to do some videos on it, which I've done, so that playlist will be in the comments, so please check that out. If you do own one, there's plenty of maintenance videos on it. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.